Hello and welcome to Towson University's Johnny Unitas Stadium for the USA Football Development Games. Hi, football fans. I'm Jeremy Huber, joined by Michael Niebrick and Emory Hunt, and really an exciting game and broadcast we're going to have for you today. Some very young football players, some up-and-coming football players going to be showing their wares, and it's funny, guys, talking to both of you before the game. You know, both of you guys played at the Division I level, but neither one of you got a chance to play at an all-star game. I'll start with you, Mike. So exciting when you get a chance to play among this. I know you were kind of brimming when you're thinking about, man, I wish I had a chance to play in one of these games when I was coming up.
Yeah, for sure. I graduated high school in January, so I wasn't able to participate in any of the all-star games that I got invited to. But this is a big opportunity for the guys to really showcase themselves on the field. A lot of these guys really haven't gotten much interest from colleges yet, so this is a great opportunity for them to put some good tape on, on their play and really showcase themselves.
How about you, Emory? Your thoughts on playing in a game like this?
I mean, this would be huge for these kids because, again, I graduated high school in '99. I don't even think these games existed back then. So to have this opportunity for those guys means a lot. Like Mike said, a lot of these guys get a chance to put on a good performance, not only in front other coaches, but other players and their fans.
Yeah, and of course, in a game like this matchup, you see the guys out there on the field. It's the USA Development Games again. There's some steps. They're all looking to end up having a spot on the national team where they get to go ahead and represent their country. So these games, very important in that regard. They start with the regional development camps. It moves its way up. They get to this level, and of course, this development games are 3 of those. And then after that, if they are lucky enough and play well enough, they get to represent the U.S. in international competition, the international balls, the IFAF World Championship. So again, it's really a fun type of way to go for these guys, and it's something that they're going to be looking forward to as we get almost ready for kickoff. Mike, your thoughts on what you'd like to see out of the games today from these guys playing?
Yeah, the biggest thing I want to see is how the offenses gel together. A lot of times in these all-star games, the defense really has the upper hand because offense, it really takes a little bit to get a rhythm going. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how the quarterbacks really conduct themselves and lead their offenses and kind of create a rhythm early.
And to keep it simple is just alignment, assignment, and execution. Can you not embarrass yourself out there? Just do the things that coaches want you to do, execute at a high level, and just hopefully score some points.
Yeah, and again, in a game like this, you're going to see these guys. They've only really been playing together for about a week, so there will be some early kinks they may have to iron out. But we saw these games last year, Emory. Once these guys got it going, some really exciting plays out there.
Yeah, I want to say about the second to third quarter, the action started to pick up. The offense was rolling. The defense started making big plays. And hopefully with these guys, they've been practicing all week long, so maybe this game can start off early on in the first quarter with those big plays.
Well, we hope to see that as we're going to go ahead and get ready. They will start the game off on the 30-yard line, so no kickoff in this game. The extra points, they are somewhat dead. And also, the no punting. The punting will go through. The kickers will go ahead and kick the ball away, but there will be no rush. Guys will catch it, and that's where they will start. So that's what you'll be looking at today. Almost a controlled scrimmage aspect to this, but the gameplay, the scrimmage play should be fun as these two teams are really going to get after each other.
I know these guys are ready to go because it's hot outside, and you know the blue team is out there in those dark jerseys. They're ready to get going.
Rydell, the industry leader in football head protection, is proud to support the U.S. national team as USA Football's official helmet and protective equipment sponsor. So Team Blue, under Tyree Spinner's leadership, will come out. Mason Tatum will hand off up the middle, and a gain of about 3 yards. Tatum out of Virginia.
Nice run right there on first down just to get these guys' juices flowing. Nice little draw play up the middle. And, again, just want to test the defense, see how guys get off blocks, how guys get off the football if you're on the offense.
So, again, Team Blue will come out looking at a 2nd and 7. Again, that pistol formation. Receivers each way. Tatum now moves his running back. He'll hand it off and around the end, cutting it back. Shifty moves there by Ethan Negron, the running back out of New Jersey.
Yeah, Tatum is 6-footer out of Stonebridge High School here in Virginia. Dual threat guy. Got a chance to review some of his tape. He's got really good mobility, a little bit raw in the pocket. So I'm very interested to see how he handles these third downs. Expect him to maybe, as he drops back, scramble a little bit and pick up some yards with his legs.
And even on that play right there defensively, good job by the corner to force that guy back inside to where the help is, and was able to curtail that for a short gain.
And that Stonebridge program, a very good one from where I'm at, out in Loudoun County, just near Dulles Airport. Mickey Thompson, longtime coach there, always seems to have a mobile quarterback. They have run the single wing for the last 15 years or some version of it. Everyone moves up. Now Tatum rolling out. He's going to keep it, and he will have first down yardage as he slides down just short of the 45-yard line.
Now you called that one, Mike, right? Right away he goes out there and runs for a first down, gets down smartly, and lives to play another play.
Yeah, Tatum's a guy who really knows how to use his legs. A lot of his plays on his tape were him kind of just improvising out of the pocket. So expect to see that a lot on dropbacks. Hopefully he can stand in the pocket and deliver some footballs down the field. But definitely a playmaker with his legs.
It's just a problem for defenses, man. It makes it an 11-on-11 game when you have a quarterback that can get out there and make things happen with his legs.
Again, Tatum still in that pistol formation, receivers each way, looking at a 1st and 10 here. He'll hand off up the middle. Now Negrin bounces it to the outside. Good pursuit, and he'll be taken down after the minimal gain. And again, right now that defense flowing pretty well to the football for Team White.
And you saw Negrin do a little bit of the running back lean right there, a little bit anxious, tipped off that he was getting the football, and couldn't really stretch it outside, but great perimeter defense by Team White.
You'll see substitutions now. Team Blue bringing in a whole new set of backs and receivers around Mason Tatum, and that's one thing, guys. It's really hot out there today. They're actually shortened the quarters down to 12 minutes from what they were going to play, I believe 15. So, again, that'll be something to watch, seeing guys kind of flowing through this game and trying to keep them fresh enough to get through and play a good game. Tatum, again in the pistol. Running back moves up. Catch out in the flat and a completion, and that'll be for a short gain to Kyle Billadou. That's one of those guys really to keep an eye on this game. Goes to Woodbury Forest, already has some looks, and really a guy that is seemingly a pretty good prospect moving forward.
Yeah, you look at a tight end. Anytime you have a bigger tight end in college football nowadays, it's going to make you have an advantage offensively because a lot of times guys are, they want those skill players, they want those speed guys, those receivers, but you have a tight end that's as good as a receiver, athletic enough to make things happen, and is an instant mismatch for against your linebackers and your safeties.
Yeah, and that's the big thing, especially nowadays in college football. You see so much spread offense, so you really want a tight end who really can run almost like a wide receiver but has that physicality of a tight end.
Billadou actually suffered a broken foot in these development games last year, made his return to the Woodbury Forest team late in the season. Tatum going up the middle on a little draw, and he'll be stacked up after a gain of 1, so Team Blue trying to fake him out, couldn't do it.
Yeah, Team White has done an outstanding job as far as maintaining the line of scrimmage. They're not getting blown off the ball. The perimeter defense is excellent. Just a minor breakdown right there on the previous 3rd down to where the quarterback was able to scramble for a first down. But defensively, they're doing a great job.
Yeah, just kind of like you mentioned earlier with the Heat today, I'm really interested to see how they flow guys in and out of the defensive line. As you get these longer and longer drives, that's where you see a lot of times that players really start to lose it and get exhausted. So it'll be interesting to see how these long drives go, how they sub out on the defensive line. And
some of those quarterbacks like you like it, those D linemen not chasing you as hard. 4th and 3. Quick pass. That'll be caught. And first down yardage, gain of almost 10, making the nice grab. Zainin Chamizo, wide receiver out of Florida.
It was a great throw by Tatum there, too. On another 3rd down, really just kind of settled in the pocket, and the offensive coordinator's done a great job so far. 2 pass plays, 2 quick pass plays, and that really helps a young quarterback kind of get into a rhythm and establish himself in the pocket there. So great throw by Tatum, put it right in stride, and a great catch as well.
And good job by the receiver just using his body to shield off that defensive back. If that guy was going to break up that ball, he would have gone through the receiver and would have been a penalty. Great job.
Again, Team Blue staying in that pistol formation. Again, bouncing to the outside, some room to run. First down yardage nearly. Again, that's Ethan Negrin, the running back out of New Jersey with a 9-yard gain.
Great job right there by Negrin. Again, you want to teach patience, and he did a great job pressing the hole, waiting for that that end man on the line of scrimmage to commit, came down inside, then bounced it outside, and was able to get 9 yards.
So a 2nd and 1 here coming up. Again, under halfway gone here in the first quarter. Again, 12-minute quarters here. a little bit due to the heat, trying to keep these guys from getting too tired. And Team Blue with a nice drive early on. Converted a couple of fourth downs. Good catch there on the bad snap by Negrin, but he's going to be stopped for a second. Now he'll be piled up by that defense. So, again, you see it. I'm sure, Mike, that's been your issue before. Sometimes that bad snap makes everything go haywire.
Yeah, once you have a bad snap, the play's ruined. Basically, you got to just kind of do what you can. And Negrin did a great job there catching the football and just kind of getting as many yards as he could. Lost a few there. It's going to bring up a long third down here. So we'll see how Tatum can handle his first long third down of the day.
And again, great job defensively. I mean, usually when you have a fumble snap or something like that, everyone goes haywire, but they stayed true to their assignment, was able to track the football very well and get them down for a loss.
Yeah, they did a great job keeping him contained on that outside there. It's very easily, like you just said, for the defense to kind of fall asleep on a bad snap. So great job keeping him contained and getting him down in the backfield.
Couple new receivers in, including Billadu, the tight end. New running back in as well as, again, Tatum staying in that pistol the entire time. He'll look to roll. He'll go deep. Billadu's open. He's going to make the catch at the 5-yard line, drag down inside the 5 at the 1. So the big play there, the little half roll, opens it up.
Extremely well-designed play there. Tatum, like you just said, a little half roll to the left. It draws the defense with him, especially with young guys. It's very hard when a quarterback starts to roll to stay in your assignments on defense. So great job by Tatum getting that little half roll, setting his feet, and delivering the ball downfield.
And that's the benefit of having a mobile guy, because you have to honor him, because once he gets outside, he just burns you for a third down conversion. Now you have to honor that. You have to cheat up a little bit, let the tight end slip right behind you for a big play.
Of course, Tatum be hopping in the starting lineup likely at Stonebridge this year as Joe Thompson, the quarterback who was there, the coach's son, very good quarterback going to UNC Charlotte, I believe. But Tatum going to get some good looks this year. Now looking for a touchdown as he'll take it himself. He'll be hit, ends up dragging tacklers into the end zone, and it will be a touchdown for Team Blue.
Yeah, one-on-one in the hole, defender versus a quarterback. You usually want that all the time if you're a defender, but good job right there running through the tackle and getting in for the touchdown.
Yeah, great drive there by the blue team. Great drive by Tatum, really leading his team down the field, converting on a couple of third downs there. And actually one of the notes that I had from watching his film was he's not afraid to lower his shoulder when he's running the football, and you just saw that there on his scoring run.
Jude Bugenhagen now on to kick the extra point. Won't see a rush here. This is just snap, hold, and kick. He'll put it through, and 7 points on the board for Team Blue. So 3:45 left in the first quarter, and Team Blue jumps out to the early lead. We'll see the replay right here of the touchdown.
You see right there, linebacker had an opportunity to stop him at or behind the line of scrimmage, and it did a great job. Like you mentioned, Mike, they spread out that defense to run it right down inside. They neutralized or shrank the box a little bit by taking the numbers out of it and was able to run downhill.
Yeah, it's a great offensive play. When you're running that spread type offense, when you have a mobile quarterback back there, you're really spreading out the defense like you just mentioned. And when you get down into the goal line, you really can't load up the box like most defenses like to do when you're running a pro-style offense. So great drive there by the blue team, and again, great job by Tatum kind of leading them down the field there.
So Napoleon Sykes, Team White, will look to even up the scoreboard here. Handoff, trying to get to the outside. Maybe a face mask there. Flag goes in. As going down for the loss will be the running back, Eduardo Turnbull Jr. out of North Carolina. But let's see what the flag is, as I believe he got a piece of the mask. It will be the personal foul face mask, so a free 15 yards. And that's one of those things I would think, guys, in a game like this, the emotions are high. You're going to see that.
Especially when you're trying to make a play. You're trying to earn your star, so to speak, and he got a good piece of that face mask right there. But otherwise, again, great perimeter defense stringing out that run.
So snap, handoff. And again, a minimal gain there as the blue team defense was on the spot to stop Turnbull in his tracks.
We've seen so far for both squads, nothing fancy, just straight 4-3, two safety look back there, and keeping it really simple, just forcing you guys up front and forcing your guys up front, to execute flawlessly. Team
White in that 4 wide spread. More traditional, where Team Blue is running the pistol on their first drive. Roll out and sack in the backfield as Allen is taken down on the play by number 25, Nicholas Giaclone out of Florida.
Yeah, Justin Allen in at quarterback for the white team, a guy out of Virginia, Tuscarora High School, another dual-threat guy. And again, you just saw another little half roll out there, but he's got to do a little bit better of a job once he sees that the pressure's coming to just get rid of the ball. He was out of the pocket. That's one of those things that a young guy is going to learn as he develops to instead of trying to turn around and break away from it, just get rid of the ball and take the down.
Good job right there by Giaclone showing that Florida speed.
So 3rd and long here, and Allen going to try and get some of the yardage back. Gets the outside. He'll be chased down from behind after a gain of around 8 or 9. Still going to be about 9 yards short of that first down, but he gets a chance to show off his legs.
Yeah, like I just said, he's a dual-threat guy out of Tuscarora, another offense that really likes to have a mobile quarterback from here in Virginia. So he did get a chance to show off his legs there. Unfortunately, the 3rd down was just too long for him to convert, but definitely a good job there, showing off a little bit of speed, a little bit of move. So definitely something to look forward to as he gets some more snaps.
So now we punt it away, and in these games you'll see kickers kind of go over and kick for both sides to get them work. Again, no rush. Just taking your time and kicking it deep, and that'll be fielded head of the 25-yard line, so we'll see where they mark it down at, but Team Blue will have a chance to give themselves a 2-score lead as, again, we're coming up close to the end of the first quarter.
You saw right there Trey Wilson out of New Jersey, defensive back, catching the punt, and that's going to be an issue they're going to have to deal with throughout the day. There's no clouds in the sky right now, so you have the sun in your eye. You have to really judge on not only how you catch these punts or field these punts, but for the receivers going downfield. If there's deep passes, you really have to wonder, will the sun be in their eyes? I know that's a popular excuse when receivers come back to the huddle. Sun was in my eye, but, you know, it's going to be a big deal today.
It is a popular excuse, but it's a valid one most times. If the sun is in the wrong spot of the field, it is very easy for a receiver to look up and just completely lose the ball. And, I mean, you see it all the time in football. You see it in baseball too. So it's a very popular excuse for wideouts, and sometimes it's valid, sometimes it's not.
Quarterback change in. You'll see that a lot today. Eric Palmer Jr. out of Rhode Island now in as he'll take the quarterback sweep around the end, looking for some space and just patiently gets himself 7 yards.
Yeah, the big thing I'm interested to see here on this drive is that white team had a very short rest on defense. There was a 3-and-out for their offense, so you know they were just on the field for about a 7-minute drive. It'll be very interesting to see how much energy they have coming out for this next one.
And what the blue team has done, they've run east, they've run west, so that really tires out your defense. As much as I praised their perimeter defense on that last drive, they did give up a touchdown, but now that fatigue will start to set in because they're going east to west and not really north to south.
Jaden Gonzalez, the back in the backfield. He'll take the handoff. He'll fumble it. Ball's loose. Who will jump on top of it? Team White says they have it. Let's see what the referee says. They looked on Pileman. Team White does get it, so the fumbled handoff ends up hurting Team Blue, and Team White with a great chance on their side of the field.
And that's something that coaches do not want to see, man. Speaking from experience, you do not want to put that football on the ground and then have to come back to the sideline and see the coach. But it looks like it was a great handoff, got him right in the belly. You just have to get that pocket up high enough and then squeeze that football before he tried to make a move before he saw before he had the football secured. You can't do that. You have to protect the ball and then make your move or just eat the loss. But don't try to do something before you don't have the ball secured.
Jaden Gonzalez, the running back on that fumbled exchange, new quarterback in for Team White. Jack Fisher out of Virginia looks deep. Now he'll throw it short and ends up getting completion. Nice play there by Fisher. Looked like he was about to take the sack.
Yeah, great job by Fisher really standing in the pocket there and giving himself some ground. He knew he had his guy, but he was waiting for him to turn around, so he gave himself some ground. He knew he was going to take a hit and deliver the ball to his receiver. It was a great throw by him.
Now, how hard is that, Mike, to be able to stand there and take a hit and deliver a strike like he just did?
It's very hard. Honestly, in my opinion, it's one of the things that separates a good quarterback from an elite quarterback. Being able to stand in there, knowing you got a guy coming at you, and delivering the ball downfield with accuracy.
Fisher moves his tight end, and that's going to bring us to the end of the quarter, I believe. And it will be. So after one quarter of play with USA Developmental Games, Team Blue with a 7-0 lead on Team White.
protect what matters most. The USA Football Protection Tour is a series of free one-day football camps that educate youth football players, parents, and coaches on the importance of proper equipment fitting, tackling fundamentals, and CDC-approved concussion recognition and response protocols. Watch for this year's Protection Tour schedule and sign up today for an event near you.
Towson University for the USA Football Developmental Games as Team Blue with the 7-0 lead on Team White, but Team White now driving after the fumble on the fumbled exchange. And Emory, you talked about it before. That's really tough. Again, not only doing that, but it can hurt a team so badly. Those turnovers, never want to see those.
I mean, especially when you're so anxious to make a play, and I understand what he was trying to do. He saw two free defenders coming at him. He was going to spin out of that, but you have to secure that football first.
Siege Sports is proud to be the official uniform partner of the U.S. national team. Follow Siege Sports on Twitter to check out the custom uniforms and apparel they create for high school and college teams nationwide. To learn more, visit SiegeSports.com. Jack Fisher still in at quarterback. He'll hand off up the middle. Some nifty running and a positive gain for number 22, Isaiah Collins.
Yeah, good job by Isaiah Collins making that first guy miss. They actually defensed that play very well. Nice little kick out block by the tight end in motion, the H-back, but good job by Sykes making that first defender miss.
Yeah, like you said, Emory, the defense was there, but it's one of the things where when you have a shifty running back like that, if you make one guy miss, you have some room. So good job by him on that run.
Fisher in the gun. He'll fake. Now looking to go. Now he'll fake out everyone on the defense with the throwing motion. Will be hit, knocked out of bounds, but not until he takes it inside the 20 for a first down.
Good job by Fisher there, just kind of knowing that he had room to run. It was one of those short side rollouts where you have a tight end leaking in the flat, but me as a mobile quarterback myself, I was one of those guys where instead of dishing it off and risking the chance of incompletion, just have him go out there, lead block for you, get as many yards as you can.
So 1st and 10 for Team White as they look to tie this one up. Handoff, off left tackle, fumble again, still loose. He'll jump on top of it. It looks like one of the linemen for Team White gets over there after a few blue defenders had a chance at it.
He owes that lineman a hamburger again because, again, you can't put the football on the ground, but great job playing through the whistle by the offensive line, getting that football back.
Collins had a nice gain, then fumbled it. Ends up a 7-yard gain by the time it's all said and done. Team White still driving here in the second quarter. Blitz coming for Team Blue. Keeper and knocked down as the quarterback on that play, Fisher, gets hit and taken down after a gain of just one, stopped in his tracks.
Yeah, I think Fisher got a little bit antsy on that read. I think he was, based on his read, he was supposed to give the ball off. I think he made his decision just a little bit too late there and just decided to keep it, make sure that there wasn't another fumble and just follow his guy up the hole.
And that's always tough, man, for a running back when you guys put that ball and they say, okay, when I pull my back hand away, then you squeeze it. But it's very tough.
Again, up the middle, and again the defense there, but a spin out and a first down carry. What a play again after fumbling and almost losing, and Isaiah Collins showing the spin move there, gets the first down.
And that's what you want to do. Come back out, make a play, forget the fumble, forget the mishap, and come back out and try to do something positive to get your team in the end zone.
Yeah, you always want to have a short memory on offense, especially when you have a little mess up like he had with the fumble. Luckily, they were able to recover it there, and he just really had a great run there, great spin move, and converted the third down, and now they have 1st and goal.
Turnbull back in at running back alongside Fisher. Fisher rolls, looking, good coverage. Now finally someone comes open, throws it high and incomplete, looking for Christian Dremel.
Yeah, it was a tough play there for Fisher. He had all of his guys covered in the end zone. Had his one guy in the flat there that he missed, but it was a tough play. Defense played that play extremely well. They weren't biting on the rollout, so definitely got to give the props to the defense on that one.
So Team White going to take a timeout here with 9:37 left to go in the first quarter. Team Blue with the 7-0 lead, and again, seeing this here, and again, the timeout, you kind of wonder, again, it's just a talk timeout. Is it a, hey, I have some timeouts here, and these quarters are going quick, and my guy's a little bit gassed? It could be one of those.
It could be a little bit of both. It also could be a fact that the coach will say, hey, I know you fumbled that football 2 plays ago, but don't put my ball on the ground. But, again, great job defensively on that last play because the corner – and that's a case of knowing your assignment because the cornerback came up vacated his responsibility to go attack the quarterback, knowing he had help behind him to force a bad throw.
Yeah, it was a great job defensively, great job assignment-wise by the safety and the cornerback, knowing that the cornerback, like you just said, was able to come up and defend the quarterback on the run, and he had the safety over top covering his guys. So great job defensively. And like you just mentioned, I think this timeout was a little bit of both. Definitely give his guys a breather. But I know just from experience in the spread offense, it's very hard to score. Tight down, tight to the end zone. So this might have been a chance for the coaches to kind of settle their guys down and draw up a play.
Keeper and no gain. Good job there coming down from the end spot to take down Fisher, as that was number 94, Joe Tinglehoff, the defensive lineman out of Wisconsin.
I'm not sure if that was the design of the play, but I know Fisher was reading the end there, and had he kept it and stayed outside, it looked like he had a little bit of room. So, again, I'm not sure if it was the design of the play to follow his running back, but he definitely had a little bit of room on the outside. The defense caught a break.
3rd and goal from the 9. Fisher looking. He'll roll, trying to keep the play alive, trying to find someone open in the back of the end zone, and it will be incomplete as a great leaping attempt, but just couldn't pull it in. The foot goes down out of bounds. That was number 3. That was the receiver for the white team. Actually don't have his number in front of us, so actually that would be Quinn Caballero, a wide receiver out of North Carolina, will catch the replay.
I thought that was a good job. I'm sorry, Mike.
Yeah, Fisher did. He did a good job stepping up at the pocket and extending his time. But unfortunately, it was one of those things where the defense, again, was very assignment sound. They weren't biting up on the run. And he made a throw across his body, which is very dangerous. It's something that you don't teach quarterbacks to do. But had he put the throw in the good spot, he would have had him. But, again, a very good defensive play assignment-wise.
And you love the effort by the receiver going all 6'1" on him to go get that football and almost getting it down, getting the foot in bounds, and also being able to secure the catch.
Yeah, Caballero going up. It looked like that toe hit the yellow. You'll see there I have the lacrosse linings on this turf field already, so it's pretty clear where the end of the end zone is. So the field goal attempt here. Remember, the blue team can't rush. Just a snap in the hole, taking their time. And be put down. And booted through. So getting some work in, the blue team kicker. Actually, that is no good, excuse me. Thought that actually went through, so Jordan Griffin with the kick and misses.
Yeah, he has to be upset because he has no rush, no pressure as to, second quarter. So you want to make sure you just hit your free throw, so to speak.
Yeah, Team Spinner Blue definitely caught a break on that one. Giving up the fumble deep in their zone, and their defense really standing tall and not giving up any points on that drive. So definitely a good job by the defense there, and Team Spinner Blue with a 7-0 lead still.
It's actually Jude Bugenhagen, the kicker out of Texas, with that miss. So Team White, excuse me, that chance to put points on the board couldn't do it. So again, Team Blue, we saw them with that first drive, really had it going, then they fumble. I mean, they really haven't been stopped yet. It's been them stopping themselves.
Exactly. You want to see how guys are able to get off the field. That was the biggest thing I took away from the first drive was, although Team White was doing a great job fundamentally, they couldn't get off the field. And we're going to see if they're able to make those adjustments now and force a short or a quick 3-and-out.
So again, new quarterback into the game. Left-handed pass out into the flat, and nice gain as Trey Green out of Minnesota makes the catch and takes it forward. Eric Palmer again staying in at quarterback.
Yeah, good job by Eric Palmer there, kind of, again, giving himself some ground, knowing he had his guy wide open. So really kind of almost a screen-type play there on the outside. Good job by him delivering the football, letting his guy catch it in stride and get some yards after the catch.
Trust your teeth and smile to Shock Doctor mouth guards, trusted by athletes all over the world. Shock Doctor, the official mouth guard of the U.S. national team. Call this 2nd and 4. Team Blue looking to take it out to the 30. Movement by the running back. Jet sweep. Getting around the end. Looking for some space and good pursuit to take down the wide receiver Green. As getting in there, the big man Michael Herrera, the defensive lineman out of New York.
And you can see why these guys are here playing in this all-star game. I mean, again, I keep talking about pursuit angles and perimeter defense. That was just a great job. They actually blocked it well, but the pursuit was so excellent that they were able to string it out for no gain.
Yeah, the wide receivers did a great job blocking on the perimeter there, but it's one of the things that you see a lot of in this all-star game is the speed on both sides is very equal. So, a lot of these running backs and these wide receivers are coming from schools where they can basically string it outside and just run past everybody. In these all-star games, that's not the case. So, great job by the defense really pursuing that ball.
So, a 3rd and 3 here. Again, up the middle goes the running back, and he will be stopped by a wall of white as Shaquem Treadwell Jr. took that handoff and found nothing but white jerseys in front of him.
That's not what you want to see as a running back, is the opposite color jersey staring you in the face, 4 of them to be exact, as every one of those guys got through the offensive line and made a play. We haven't seen these guys take a shot deep down the field yet. There's been a lot of short, quick passes, and there's some opportunities to go deep down the field.
Yeah, I mean, you saw it the first drive. You get a lot of these guys to start biting up. The more you run the football, the closer they get to the box. So I would definitely start looking here as this quarter winds down to start seeing the offense to start taking some shots down the field.
So a little gamble here by Tyree Spinner as he's going to put the offense out on the field, and now it looks like maybe he'll rethink that as he'll call a second time out of the half. So right now the Team Blue will go huddle up. We'll huddle up on both sides as, again, they'll have to see what they're going to do. Actually, play clock was running down, so. But again, the Team Blue with the 7-0 lead. As, again, they've kind of slowed down on offense here now. The defense is, it's kind of, Mike said early on that it was going to be, usually the defenses dominate these type of things. That Team Blue offense looked great on the first drive, but since then it has been exactly what you predicted, Mike. Really, the defense is just kind of shutting everything down.
Yeah, it's really just it's a matter of momentum. It's a matter of kind of getting a rhythm as an offensive unit, and it's one of those things where you see these all-star games. You're subbing players in and out, and you're subbing quarterbacks out, which is the biggest part, and that really kind of throws off your rhythm offensively. So, it'll be interesting to see the rest of this game if these offenses can kind of find one guy to stick with a little bit. Maybe one or two, 2 drives at a time, and kind of develop a rhythm offensively.
And it's so tough now running against a spread offense, but these guys are experienced in that, so they're making those plays in space. There's no advantage.
Palmer in the pistol. Looks like he's just trying to draw Team White offside with that hard count. Now we'll see if they actually run a play here. Saw the sidelines, and now Team White will jump off sides. Let's see who it's on, as one of the tackles for Team Blue moved. But I think it was after one of the guys for Team White went. They will say offside, so that's a tough one. And it was interesting, guys. I don't think we caught it on the replay, but one of the coaching staff up for Team Blue kind of moved in line of scrimmage and did a little hand motion, almost saying run the play, and it tricked Team White.
Yeah, it was a good job there by the offense, really kind of holding their ground. And, letting that hard count happen. And unfortunately for the defense, they were just about to have a 3-and-out, now 4-and-out, and now they, fresh set of downs for the offense, and they got to stay out there in this heat.
Like you said, Jeremy, they had the 12th man come on and help, help that defense jump offside right there as the coach.
Now the question was he actually out of the coaching box? Did the referees catch that? Shotgun, keeper. Trying to get to the outside, spun down. Good play by the defensive end to not let a Palmer get to the outside and get some space to move.
Yeah, that was another example of just, these guys, these skill guys, trying to think that, they've been so long, so used to being able to stretch it outside and run past people. He had a little bit of a lane inside, but instead he tried to bounce it and beat the defense with speed. So, in this All-Star game, you're not going to see a whole lot of that.
And that was Jaron Driver from Maryland. Good job getting off the block and making that play in the backfield. That's a tough play to make while you're engaged. He was able to get off that block and able to force a loss. Now we're looking at 2nd and 15.
These the USA Football Developmental Games. And, again, these guys go through a camp during the week, so definitely some wisdom imparted. One of those things, probably trying to make sure he learns. Make sure you take that hole when it's there. That pass is low and outside, just like a bad fastball, and it's going to be incomplete. So intended receiver on the play was Carter Meneal out of New Jersey. So Team Blue, after getting that first down on the offsides, now looking at a 3rd and long.
Yeah, 3rd and long, and like you mentioned earlier, Emory, this is a great chance now for you to take a shot. You have to take a shot on 3rd and long. You can run the football, stay conservative, and punt it away, but, this is an all-star game. You want to try and expose these guys and show their talent. So this is a great opportunity for the blue team here and for Palmer to throw the ball down the field and let his receivers kind of do their thing.
And a lot of times they came out in certain formations where they had the wide side of the field to work with. We're going to see right here they're spreading the field. Looks like they're going trips to one side. So here at the bottom, you have an opportunity to go deep down the field.
3rd, we'll call it 17. Palmer out in the flat, just trying to get a play there. Got some open space. Pushing forward and just short of the first down, about 2 yards short, will be Jaden Gonzalez as he took the swing pass and ends up just short. But we'll see. Maybe they'll go ahead and go for it because he gets pretty close.
Yeah, a little screen pass there for the blue team. Palmer did a good job falling back, giving the screen time to set up, but I think it was a little bit of a conservative play call. 3rd and 15, you kind of have to pick your poison on what you want to do. So a little bit of a conservative play call, but again, we saw them come out and go 4th down play earlier in the drive. So it doesn't surprise me at all that they're going for it again here.
And Gonzalez did a great job in catching that football. He had to turn around and catch it. Quarterback put a little bit of too much heat on it, but was able to secure it and almost picked up the first.
Little mix-up with the wide receivers. They've got to move them along. We'll switch them up. Should have time to get the play off. Quick pass out in the flat. And a great tackle on the play as Green had nowhere to go and brought down on the play by Nazea Barber out of Maryland.
It's a good job right there. The tight end just didn't get out quick enough to get that block. Otherwise, he'd still be running. But good job right there by Barber making a play in space. Again, when you're used to seeing the spread offense, normally that's where you have the advantage. Guys are not comfortable making these tackles in space, but I'm pretty sure these guys are facing this constantly in high school, in their districts and in their states. So they're used to making these plays. So it takes away that advantage the offense usually has.
1st and 10 here. On the turnover on downs, Team White looking for the tying score. Keeper up the middle and falling down the quarterback as nothing there. May add a lane if he didn't lose his feet. Maybe just a little too over-anxious. Demetrius Knight, QB out of Georgia, now into the game. So, again, you'll see this, folks, liberally substituting not only the skill players but the quarterbacks. A lot of times they'll go each series. And Mike got a question for you on that after our next play. 2nd and 11. They'll hand this one up off left tackle and stuffed. Running back James Henderson out of New Jersey gets hit. Mike, I want to pose that question to you. Again, you're a quarterback, a longtime starter at Fordham. Question is this. Can you kind of get in a rhythm like this? And obviously this is a little bit different situation, but is it really tough to go ahead and get your rhythm going when you're kind of coming in and out each series?
Yeah, it's extremely difficult. My first year when I was up at UConn, we had a 2-quarterback system where basically each one of us got a quarter. So it's a very difficult task for the quarterback, especially young quarterbacks, to get a rhythm going. And then once they have that rhythm going, like we saw on the first drive, Tatum had that rhythm, and then he kind of, then he got pulled. So it's very difficult to maintain a rhythm as you get, swapped in and out of a game.
Fantastic catch there by Christian Dremel. Only gets about 4 yards out of it, though. He'll set up a 4th and long, but again, some nice hands from the wideout.
And I'm very impressed with the open field tackling by both squads. We haven't seen guys miss tackles in the open field, and that's something that's hard to do as well. You don't see guys with this level of technique or execution like we talked about earlier in the broadcast, but this has just been a great job for both teams as far as their open field tackling is concerned.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of times at the younger age, you see a lot of guys on the perimeter almost scared to tackle people and scared to wrap up, and they just kind of dive at people's legs. But, these guys are doing a great job at the perimeter, really, squaring up and tackling their guys.
Of course, part of the heads-up tackling initiative by USA Football that taught very well here. Roll out, looking deep, nothing open. He'll tuck it under and have a big gain still in the open field as Demetrius Knight trying to get all the way to the outside. Can he get there? Knight cuts it back again, dives, touchdown, Demetrius Knight. What a play.
Yeah, great job by Knight. He had a guy streaking down the sideline wide open for a pass. He tucked it in, took off, and ran it into the end zone, weaving his way through traffic like a New York cab, and was able to find his way to pay dirt.
Yeah, it was a great job there by Knight, setting up the rollout, looking downfield, seeing, like you just said, he had a guy downfield, but it was a dangerous throw. He's a right-handed guy, so he's got to really square his shoulders and deliver the ball down the field. He saw that he had some open space and just took off and made a play. Knight is a true dual-threat quarterback. Last year, he played 10 games as a varsity quarterback, and he threw for 1,000 yards, and he ran for 400 yards. So a true dual-threat guy.
That kick is up, and that one is good by Bugenhagen. So we're all tied up with 2:13 left to go in the second quarter, and we'll see the run again.
I mean, when he broke that guy down in space like that, that's something you dream about in the open field. And great individual effort getting in. I don't mind him spiking the football. You earned that one right there.
Yeah, great individual effort by him, and a great job by his teammates once he took off past the line of scrimmage, turning around and blocking for him. But again, like you just said, a great individual effort. Once he made that first move and got open into that open space, you could tell that it was a good chance he was going to score.
I like how you brought up the quarterback not throwing the football downfield because he had to turn the shoulders. A lot of times people tend to think it's easy for a guy to do that, but that's a lot of things that have to go right for him to get an accurate pass downfield.
Yeah, it's very difficult as a right-handed quarterback or a left-handed quarterback, rolling to the opposite way you're throwing, getting your shoulders square and delivering the ball down the field. And he was almost running at a diagonal angle, toward the sideline. So it would have been very difficult for him to square his shoulders, and he was going very fast, kind of running full speed there to try to get the edge. So would have been a very difficult throw, and I think it was a very good decision for him to just tuck the ball and take off.
New quarterback into the game for Team Blue. He'll hand off to Ethan Negrin trying to get to the outside. He'll be slung down, maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. Good play there by the linebacker, Jonas Ekendia of Rhode Island.
Second Rhode Island guy in the game making the play, but Ekendia did a great job right there just grabbing a hold of the jersey and bringing him down. Again, perimeter defense is huge when you're facing spread offense. Can you excel? Can you be consistent? They've done that all game long.
Colton Nicholas, the quarterback into the game for Team Blue. We'll see if they pick up the pace at all. Coming up on 90 seconds to go in the first half. We'll have a 10-minute halftime period. Again, trying to keep the guys out of the sun and keep them fresh as it's a hot day here in Towson. Going deep, and that's going to be incomplete as the wide receiver not on the same page is looking for that deep one. Trevor Sterry ends up looking over one shoulder, went over the other.
Yeah, taking the first shot down the field that we've seen today, Colton Nicholas, more of a pro-style guy, so I think we're going to see more throws down the field, especially here late in the half. But they were a little off key there with with quarterback and receiver. I think the receiver took a little bit of an inside move, and that's one thing as a quarterback you never want to see your wide receiver do is go inside on a deep route. You want to have him stay on that outside so you have room between him and the sideline to deliver the ball and just kind of drop it in there.
You don't want to invite pressure or invite the defender, the help defender into the play, like you mentioned. So, yeah, route has to be a little bit outside.
Three receivers up top, single down low. That's Trey Green. Nicholas moves his running back, takes the high snap, gonna roll, trying to keep the play alive, gets away from the pressure, may have something here. Nicholas trying to get the first down. He'll end up trying to cut it back and lunges forward at the last second. He didn't have it, but second effort gets the first down, and he gets out of bounds, so it looks like they're going to keep winding the clock. And a timeout will be called.
Yeah, great job by Nicholas there. Rolling to his right, seeing that he didn't have much room, feeling the pressure towards him, knowing he wasn't going to be able to get outside, stepping up in the pocket, and that's where you see those big holes open up for quarterbacks. When you step up in the pocket and people have gone past you. Great job by Nicholas stepping up there and getting what he could.
He's a big, strong guy, too. I mean, he took two shots right there, and they bounced right off of him. So, sturdy guy that you want back there in the pocket as well.
Yeah, Nicholas, like I said, he's a pro-style guy. He's a 6'2", 210-pound guy, so definitely a hard kid to take down at this age.
Nicholas, again, gets that high snap one-handed, sets up the screen, may have something here. Trying to get to the outside and picking his way through traffic and being brought down just short of the sticks. Ethan Negrin, and I think Team Blue going to take the timeout as they're going to go ahead and try and conserve time for one last shot at the end zone. USA Football is proud to partner with the nation's leading AED provider, Physio Control. Learn more about how you can get Physio Control's AEDs at usafootball.com/AED. So I believe that's going to be the last time out of the half for Team Blue. So we'll start with you, Mike. You're the quarterback. What are you looking to do here with maybe time for 2 plays, maybe 3?
Well, I would say you want to get the ball as deep downfield as you can. You really want to, in a situation where you know you have a kicker that can make good kicks, this is a situation that you want to get into just kicking range. But in a situation like this where, you know, you're probably not going to kick the ball, you just want to try and get it downfield as deep as you can so that you can end up taking a shot to end the half.
If you're the defensive player, you don't want to give up that big play, man. You don't want to be the guy to give up the touchdown before halftime. So you want to keep 2 safeties back deep. You're not blitzing in this ball game, so you just telling your guys up front, get pressure, disrupt the pass, and make sure you bat it down. Don't try to be a hero, knock the ball down, and get to halftime.
Now, Mike, are you telling your guys in that huddle, hey, make sure you're getting out of bounds?
Yeah, for sure, especially with a running clock. You know, the big thing you want to do is when you catch it, the first thing you want to do is find the sideline. You know, where are you on the field? Find the sideline, get out of bounds.
So let's see what Nicholas can do. He's got Justin Prim, the running back, behind him. It looks like an audible from the sidelines. 3 receivers one way, 1 the other. Nicholas looking deep. That's going to be picked off. Miscommunication, wide receiver and DB, and now Team White may have a chance to score here late. Jacob Nixon with the pick, still on his feet, eventually brought down as he'll come up just short of the 40-yard line. That one looked like no one from the offensive team ended up in the spot, and an easy pick for Nixon.
Yeah, a little bit of a miscommunication there between the quarterback and the receiver on the outside. It looks like he ran about a 10-yard dig, and the quarterback threw it as if he was running a fly route. So definitely some miscommunication there, and great pick by the defense.
Especially when the coverage backed off pre-snap. You saw guys drift back to where they had 3 guys deep playing off man on the short side of the field. But again, you don't want to turn the ball over in this situation. You don't want to make that bad of a play. And he had guys open.
You see there, Bilodeau goes deep. Everyone else came short, and he threw it deep right to the arms of Nixon, the defensive back out of Massachusetts. So Nixon, the big play there, and let's see what Team White decides to do. They'll mark this one back at around the 23-yard line. Actually, now they'll move it up. Maybe a penalty on the play, so they'll start from there. We'll see if they take one last shot at the end zone.
It's an all-star game. Why not? You know.
Yeah, why not? Exactly.
Why not?
Throw out in the flat, pushing their way out of bounds, and no time left on the clock, and that should do it for the first half. Now, one of the back judge actually making a motion. Maybe they're going to give him one more play. They will not. That will go ahead and do it. And that's going to be the end of the first half. So after 24 minutes of play, Team White and Team Blue all tied at 7 here at Towson University in the USA Football Developmental Games. We'll have more coming up right after this.
The icon of the game. The icon of competition. The icon of athleticism. The icon of fandom. The icon of the future. The future of football is now.
You could be the best in your house.
And then your state.
Then get all the love.
You could be the best in this house.
You could be faster than the fastest.
You can carry on a legacy.
Then add a couple of these.
And then make everyone want to be like you.
And you can stop there, but you won't, because you're not done yet.
For the athletes moving the game forward, Gatorade's creating the fuel to do the same. Fueling today, fueling the future.
What does it take to become elite? It takes more than dedication, focus, and hard work. It takes an elite-level training program. Customized, sport-specific, online. Your perfect workout every time. That's Volt Athletics.
So it's saying this is sports performance, whether we're talking about Olympic athletes or middle school and high school athletes, the foundation is the same. We want to remove dysfunction and then build upon their sport-specific movements to allow them to function at a very high level on and off the field.
Welcome back to Towson University and the USA Football Development Games, as we're all tied at the half. Team Blue and Team White all tied at 7. Gatorade, for athletes who move the game forward, we're creating the fuel to do the same, innovating beyond hydration to create the future of sports. Fueling today, fueling the future. Jeremy Huber, Emory Hunt, and Michael Niebrick back with you high above Johnny Unitas Stadium. And guys, first half thoughts. Emory, I think you had something when it came to pace of play.
Yeah, you want to see these guys now settle in the second half and get things going a little bit quicker as they move forward.
Yeah, for me, it's kind of like I mentioned in the pregame. You know, I want to see the offenses start to develop a little bit more of a rhythm. I want to see the coaches kind of keep one quarterback in there for maybe 2 drives at a time and get a rhythm going. Right now, you see the defense is really dominating the game. It's a 7-7 game, so I want to see the offenses get a little bit more of a rhythm, get a little bit more aggressive offensively with their play calls, and you know, hopefully we see a little bit more scoring here in the second half.
Shocker, the quarterback wants to get a little more aggressive, wants to go deep, throw a few deep balls. We'll see if it actually happens in the second half. Of course, 7-7 tie right now between Team Blue and Team White here at Johnny Unitas Stadium at Towson University. USA Football is proud to partner with Volt Athletics to provide U.S. national team athletes with cutting-edge strength and conditioning programs. Volt provided the U.S. national team athletes with 8 weeks of free training to prepare them for this moment. As a proud partner of USA Football, FlipGive helps several U.S. national team athletes raise money to participate. Shop online, raise money. It's that easy. Sign up today at usafootball.com.flipgive.com. Again, that's usafootball.flipgive.com. Again, 7-7 tie for Team Blue and Team White here at the USA Football Developmental Games at Towson University. We'll have more coming up after this.
We see the leaves turn and know it's time. A rite of passage with the field as a classroom and hash marks as guidelines. We see teammates becoming friends, friends becoming brothers. We see moms and dads standing taller as their kids dig deeper. We hear laughter and lectures, pads popping, praises sung through a face mask, echoing over proving grounds, where character grows stronger and lessons last a lifetime. But we also feel the power of teamwork and the magic of mutual goals. We feel the emotions of triumph and loss, the development and growth of team. And that's why we do what we must. To certified coaches are trained. To verify safety measures are taken. Testify about the values of the game. To strive relentlessly to satisfy every player and coach's desire to be better. We are caretakers of playing fields that yield enriched lives, teachers and protectors of an American tradition. It is a responsibility we all take seriously, a challenge we all must embrace. Because we are forever football.
Welcome back to Towson University and the USA Football Developmental Games, as Team Blue and Team White are all tied up at 7. Interestingly, neither team back out on the field yet. We were supposed to go ahead and get things going very soon for the second half. I don't know, maybe the coaching staff forgetting that they're going 10-minute halftimes here to kind of get them moving. I think we're seeing the guys back out on the field. Jeremy Huber, Emory Hunt, Michael Niebrick here with you. And, of course, a few highlights in the first half. Not too many, though. We saw the long pass from Tatum to Bilodeau set up the Team Blue first score. Tatum took in with the run. And, again, we talked about his background. His plays in a single wing offense in high school, so that's a guy that really knows how to put his shoulder down from the quarterback position. Then it was Demetrius Knight with that long touchdown run, and guys, it was interesting looking at that. To me, first thing that popped into my head was it was a pass play that turned into a punt return.
Basically, when guys are spread out like there's a broken field running, can you make things happen? Can you avoid traffic? And he did a great job just, again, going from left to right, weaving his way, making a guy miss, and getting into the end zone.
Yeah, it's a byproduct of the spread offense. You know, you start the play with everybody so spread out on the field, especially on defense, that as you do those little rollouts, you know, people start to condense a little bit, but they're out of their lanes. And that's what you saw Demetrius Knight do is, you know, he took off, and everybody on defense was already out of their lanes at that point. His guys turned around, threw some good blocks for him, and, you know, he made an unbelievable individual effort to get into the end zone.
Now, when you're running like that, again, you are a little bit more used to that from your playing days as a running back. You're always expecting people to hit you. Is there a little bit of a difference where you kind of have to remember as a quarterback when you get out in the open field, there's about 11 guys chasing after me wanting to kill me?
Yeah, I think the big thing as a mobile quarterback is as you're running, you know, down the field, you have to worry about when you start crossing the field. That's where you got to worry about people behind you, especially that's when the linebackers and the D linemen are starting to chase after you. So I think you really worry about, you know, the guys behind you as you're crossing the field, which Demetrius Knight did. But at that point, he was so far down the field with the speed that he has that it didn't matter.
Yeah, those foreign tackles hurt when you're going across, and you let those big guys like me have the 40-yard head start on you. So, again, 7-7 score here between Team White and Team Blue, and I believe we'll go ahead and get some warm-ups going, and then we'll get back into the game. And early on, we have seen these two teams kind of, again, the early drives were pretty good. Then the defense has settled in, and I think one thing that you pointed out, Emory, was you really liked the pursuit of both teams' defenses, especially after this first series.
Well, because you're playing an East-West game nowadays, and they do a great job of just beating guys to the spot, and it's about pursuit angles. I know when we were in college, we practiced a lot of pursuit angles because there was maybe only one or two teams we faced throughout the whole season that ran some sort of a spread. At that time, it was just shotgun. It wasn't fully spread out. But now, guys, I think that's part of individual periods. That's just now ingrained in what you see football-wise. So these guys have done a great job on both teams just getting to the spot defensively.
You see the coaching staff for the blue team today. Tyree Spinner, the head coach out of Avalon School in Maryland, up-and-coming program over there. A lot of other folks, Bryson Spinner also, a lot of the Spinners all on that team. Of course, coaching at Avalon, they've had some pretty big wins and raising their profile in a real tough place to do it in the Washington, D.C. area with some really good football teams there. You see some of the others as well. Again, kind of a mix today's staffs. You see Napoleon Sykes for the white team. He's the defensive line coach out of the U.S. Naval Academy, so of course he has done some really good things under Ken Niamatalola over there. You see some of the other coaches as well. So again, you get a mix of some college coaches, some good high school coaches, and really all guys who are dedicated to their craft. And I'm sure, Mike, that's always got to be fun as a player, have a guy that you know is dedicated to making you a better player.
Yeah, for sure. As a player, it's all about the coaching, especially with these young guys. It's all about being able to learn from your coach and have a coach that really knows how to connect with you. So I know a lot of these guys, this is a developmental game, so they spent the last week really kind of teaching these guys not just the fundamentals of football, but the upper level fundamentals. A lot of these guys are college coaches, former college coaches, and high school coaches at a very high level. So this past week for these guys has been a great opportunity to learn from some of the best coaches in the area, and as a player, that's what you really want.
You see Benyard Jones for Bryant University, and Marty Fine is a longtime head coach at Bryant. And one thing about Bryant Bulldogs football's offensive line, defensive line is going to be excellent. So I'm not surprised to see their defensive line out here doing a great job because of the coaching they got from Coach Jones from Bryant.
Yeah, and obviously anytime you can get that high-level instruction, it's always going to make you a better player. And hopefully when you go back to your high school team, you can impart some of that to your teammates, kind of helps you build that up and really helps you and your teammates be a better player. And all these guys, I feel like they are definitely getting some good things going when they come to these USA football developmental camps, always big for them. So, again, 7-7 is our score between the white team and the blue team here as we're almost ready for second-half action as teams – I don't think they even warmed up. I think they're already warm enough considering how hot it is out there today. We are lucky enough to be in an air-conditioned booth up here at the beautiful facilities at Towson University, second straight year. And really, this is it's one of the cool perks of this job, getting a chance to come and check out some of these nice facilities. I know you guys are used to being down there on the field, especially you, Mike. But again, it's a nice spot. I know saw some stuff down at the University of Richmond, really good as well. It's no wonder when you talk about some of these teams in this area, especially at the FCS level, why they're so good, because they really put a little bit behind it.
Yeah, for sure. As a player coming out of high school, when you're getting recruited, one of the big things you look at is the facilities. A lot of people try and downplay the facilities, but as a recruit, that's one of the things that you really, put a lot of stock into where you're going to school. So, a lot of these FCS schools nowadays are really starting to put more and more money into their football program, into their facilities, and that's why you see the FCS, level really start to pick up a lot of good talent.
So Team White will start off here in the second half, all tied up at 7. Rolling, looking out in the flat, making a completion for about a 5-yard gain. The tight end, Nathan Dean, makes the grab as Justin Allen back in at the quarterback spot.
Yeah, I like how they're opening the half with a pass play. Like we mentioned at halftime, I want to see a little bit more throwing the ball down the field, getting more of a rhythm going for their quarterback. So great start there to open up the half.
And it's the second time Justin Allen has done a great job throwing the football while being hit. And in this one, he just showed backing up and throwing on the move while also being hit and was able to complete the pass.
So Allen in the shotgun moves Dean as a little bit of a wing there, and they'll hand off up the middle and hit and stopped. After about a 1-yard gain, that was the running back. And again, a defensive line for Team Blue up to the challenge on that one.
Brings up another third down here for the white team. Look for Justin Allen. Again, he's a dual threat guy. Look for him to maybe find the edge. If it is a drop back pass, look for him to step up in the pocket, possibly run. But I'm really looking for him to deliver the ball down the field.
Levi Stuber on that carry and the gain of 1. 3rd and 3. You need to get it out to the 40 for a first down. Swing pass in the flat. That'll do it. First down yardage and more all the way out to the 50-yard line. Ball comes loose. They'll say the receiver is down. As again, that was Christian Dremel taking the ball in going forward motion and doing a good job to get up the field quickly.
Yeah, great job right there getting the first down. And quietly, Nicholas Giaclone has been playing a heck of a game as a linebacker. He nearly stripped the football there, but showing great speed. He pressured the quarterback earlier in the game. Now he's making plays out in space defensively. He's had a well of a game so far.
Yeah, and once again, Justin Allen standing in the pocket and delivering the football. He took a shot late there, which drew the penalty, but again, great job standing in, delivering the ball accurately.
So keep Allen off the option. He's going to get to the outside, now cut it back, and he'll be hit and stopped at the 20, but not until a 14-yard gain. Justin Allen showing off his bag of tricks.
Yeah, and that was the first time that we've seen the read option actually work in the quarterback's favor there. You know, we've seen a lot of read option where the quarterback's staying in, you know, following his running back, whether it's giving to his running back or really just staying tight in the pocket. But that was the first time that we've seen the defensive end crash in and have a lot of open space.
A nice, good form tackle right there by Trey Wilson, just getting low, squaring up, and bringing the quarterback down.
Carry, and this will be swarmed under by 3 or 4 Team Blue defenders as Levi Stuber again took the handoff, looked to bounce to the outside, and had nothing there. If you want to be the best, you have to wear the best. Cutter's football gloves and its grip technology are in a league of their own. Cutter's football gloves, the official glove of the U.S. national team.
Another tackle right there by Giaclone, being involved in the play. Again, he's made every tackle so far almost looks like on his drive.
2nd and 15 here. Allen in the shotgun, takes that high snap. Looks deep, and he'll get swarmed under. 2 defenders back there, getting back into the play to go ahead and bring him down for another 5-yard loss.
Good penetration there by the defense. That's the key to stopping this spread offense. You know, having run it for so many years, the big key to stopping this offense is getting penetration with the defensive line, getting penetration with the linebackers when they're coming on a blitz. So they did a great job there penetrating the offensive line and getting to the quarterback.
Yeah, nice job right there by Phillip Chin from North Carolina, getting pressure and getting the quarterback down. He's trying to direct traffic, but the receivers wouldn't listen, turn around and get downfield.
Much more than a 5-yard loss. My apologies, a 10-yard loss. And now a 3rd and 25. Allen reverses out, looking deep. Nothing there. Shakes off one tackler, still on his feet, cuts it back, still going, trying to get to the outside. Willie, he's going to be stopped and brought down. Had one more man to beat, couldn't do it as the corner, Logan Ray, able to stop him after the gain of 10.
And what was interesting about that was Phillip Chin initially got the pressure, got held, was able to follow the quarterback all the way down the field to make the play again. He missed 2 tackles on that play, but you love the effort right there by the defensive lineman.
Yeah, great effort. You always want to see defensive linemen really, you know, giving their best effort, whether they miss the play at first and then going back and making the play. I mean, you see the guy in the replay here really just pursuing the football the entire way down the football field. So great individual effort by him and great pursuit.
So 4th and 15. Team White will go for it. Allen. Again, looking deep, again, breaks the pocket, throws across the middle. That'll be complete, and 1st down yardage and maybe more. Hit and knocked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. More than enough for the 1st down. Trayvon Coakley staying alive and getting 1st down.
It was a great job there by Justin Allen, you know, making space for himself and giving himself some more time to deliver the football. But he did miss a opportunity there in the corner, right corner of the end zone, had a guy wide open. But a great 4th down conversion by the White team.
Love the pocket mobility right there. Stepped up and found that lane to make a play.
So 1st and goal from the 4. They'll hand off to the big running back. Leans forward. Levi Struber going to get 2 on the play and make it even closer now. Looks like a man may be down. And this is what you never want to see at these USA football developmental games. You never want to see guys get injured. Looks like he's going to be okay as Riley McGraw, the offensive lineman out of Maryland. Now we're going to check a replay of this play here, and again, keeping the play alive and making something happen.
Yeah, that's the biggest, you know, the best quality of a dual threat quarterback is he can step up in the pocket, extend the play, and make things happen with his feet and with his arm.
So McGraw actually going to come out. He'll be replaced. Keeper, Allen, up the middle, ends up getting a foot caught as one of the defensive linemen was there and ends up only getting 2. It looked like he was about to walk in for the easy score.
Yeah, the lane was there, but again, great individual effort by the defensive line, getting off blocks and making plays at the line of scrimmage.
So now 3rd and goal from the 2. Again, Struber and Allen. Allen bounces it, trying to keep it alive. Ball's loose, and Team Blue will come up with it. He was open, ends up cutting it back, gets hit from behind, and puts the ball on the ground. And Team Blue with the Johnny-on-the-spot recovery at the 1.
Yeah, it's cute when it works, when you're making guys miss constantly, but you have to make sure you protect the football. You see right here, he's going to make about 2 guys miss. 1, 2, and then boom, there goes the football on the ground.
Yeah, coach's worst nightmare there. You never want to turn the ball over in the red zone. You always want to come out of the red zone with points, whether it's 7 points or 3 points. You never want to turn the football over in the end zone. Like you just said, Emory, he tried to do one too many moves there. And when you get in tight, there's a lot of guys in that box. So, great job by the blue team stripping the ball and getting the turnover.
And it takes away a great drive he's had. He made great plays running the football. He made some great throws on his drive. Got the team down to the 1 yard line, only to put it on the turf. You want to pay off those great efforts with touchdowns, like you mentioned, with points. You want to come away with something on those type of drives.
So the good news for Team Blue, they stop them with the fumble recovery. The bad news, they've got to go 99 yards for a score. Colton Nicholas charged with it, and right now, a timeout's going to be taken by Team Blue. So they were running up on the play clock and decided to go and take the timeout. And Tyree Spinner will talk to his troops now. And Mike, on your side of things, you've been in this situation before, I think a few times in your career. What do you do in this situation when you're on the shadow of your own goal line?
The biggest thing, the only objective right now is to get the first down. Especially in a normal game situation where you have, guys punting the football away. The biggest thing and your only objective right now is to get the first down, and then once you get that first down, then it's all about scoring a touchdown. So, the big thing, like I said, is you just want to try and get away from that goal line, give your punter some room to kick the football off. So that's definitely goal number one right now for the offense.
I think there's a prime example. I'm a little bit of a risk taker in this situation because look right now, they're up close on the receivers, no safety back deep, a lot of green grass. We're going to take a shot deep down the field on this one.
They are in the pistol formation, so a little bit of space away from that rush. Quick throw, quick screen in the end zone, but some space and first down yardage, so they get what Mike was asking for as the quick pass out to Carter Manil, the wide receiver out of New Jersey, for the 15-yard gain and that first down.
Yeah, so now they got the first down, and now, like Emory said, one of the things we did a lot in college was we ran the spread offense. So anytime we were deep, once you get that first down, now you start taking your shots down the field.
And that's a heck of a throw because it was a wide throw in the end zone, and just great job right there clearing out space by the tight end. And that's why you want those big athletic guys, those physical guys out there in space to get those blocks, to spring those screens or swing routes right there by the receiver.
That was tight end out of Woodbury Forest, Kyle Billady, we talked about before, had that big catch showing off his blocking ability there. Keeper trying to get to the outside, and minimal yardage there. A gain of 4 for Nicholas, so kind of took his time, and we talked about more of maybe a pocket guy, but showing a little bit of able to, I guess it would be the functional speed, I guess would be the best way to put that, to be able to run that again. Such an important play in so many new offenses now where you got to have a guy that can at least get you that 4 yards there.
Yeah, Nicholas is very much a pro-style quarterback, but he does have a little bit of mobility to make things happen when he absolutely needs to, but definitely not your prototypical dual-threat spread offense kind of guy.
And as long as the threat is there, you should be just fine, and that's what that was right there. A big, sturdy guy like we talked about earlier, very tough to bring down. So if the threat is there, everything else opens up.
Yeah, he's the kind of guy that on third down that you really have to pay attention to. Third and short, those are the kind of quarterbacks that you have to pay attention to in the spread offense.
2nd and 7, handoff, bouncing to the outside and close to the sticks, and past them goes the running back Jaden Gonzalez. He's had some good runs today. That's another one. Gain of over 10 yards and a first down.
And what he did right there, which was excellent, was he kept his track really tight and confined. He didn't really get too wide outside. He stayed on track, stayed on course, and was able to pick up the first down. And the defensive back peeled off his receiver. Didn't really want any parts of that play right there, but that's why you have the running backs running with power. Coming off the end, he kept it tight. Did a good job just powering through tackles right there.
Carried one defender a good 5 yards there. Second man in had to kind of clean it up. So 1st and 10, need to take it out to the 41 for a first down. Handoff and gain of about 1 on the play.
Great individual effort right there by the linebacker. I mean, one-on-one with the back in the hole. Ethan Cook did a great job right there.
And wholesale substitutions. We've seen that a few times from Team Blue. So leaving Billadu out there, the tight end.
Just like with quarterbacks, that's what you want as a running back. You want those consecutive carries because you start to feel fill out this defense and fill out guys. You get into a groove and see who gets off blocks quicker, and now you start to see the field a little bit better. So I was actually happy that they gave the back another carry after a big run.
Equipment issue for linebacker Trey Maxwell III, another Virginia product. Seeing a lot of guys from the East Coast. It's expected here. This venue in Baltimore is easy for people to get to from all up and down the East Coast via I-95. Tunnel screen, that's going to be played very well by the team blue, by the team white defense, as it'll be a loss of 1 yard on the play.
Yeah, it was an incredible job there by Jacob Nixon, the DB, to avoid the block by the wide receiver and come up, stick with his guy, and make the tackle right on the catch.
This is almost textbook how guys are making these individual tackles, man. Just, again, going for the waist, wrapping up, bringing them down. It's simple football. This is how you coach it.
Again, seeing more of it. You almost wonder sometimes, is this, and some of the different guys coming up playing some flag football, does that actually help because you have to break down, because you're in the open space, in addition to teams playing the contact football, seeing the spread at much more than they used to back when you or I were playing, and even a little bit more back where Mike was playing.
That's a great point because, again, you aim right for that midpoint.
Pump fake, looking deep. Bilodeau is open, and Bilodeau may go all the way. He's at the 30-yard line, 20, the big tight end. Another big catch and a score for the blue team. Couldn't draw it up any better as Kyle Bilodeau, the quick pump fake, beats his man and then showed some speed once he got in the open field.
Great play design by Team Blue there. They faked that little tunnel screen by the wide receiver where the tight end, I mean, they've ran that play a couple times now where the tight end is going out to block the cornerback, and instead of actually blocking, he slips right past him, wide open for the touchdown. Great throw, great catch, great play design.
And great athleticism right there by Bilodeau because, again, to really reach out, extend over your shoulders, sun is now in your eyes because as it moves throughout the day, and just be able to stride his way through to the end zone. This is what you want to see from these new age tight ends, guys that can flex out wide, have the athleticism to make plays over the shoulder and be able to run away from defenders.
Extra point is up and good. So now Team Blue with the 14-7 lead here in the third quarter with 2:29 to go. And it's funny, as we'll see it again, this great play here, just a quick pump fake, and that was all she wrote.
Now, he made sure he got in the end zone this time because he was kicking himself because he got tackled at the 1 yard line on the first big play he had in this game. But great job, again, just smooth receiver, catching the ball over his shoulders.
Had a chance to do some games for his high school, Woodbury Forest private school down in Central Virginia, and his coach Clint Alexander had a chance to talk to him over the last 2 years and really excited about this guy. And it has to be great for him today because last year playing the same game, same time, broke his foot, ended up hampering his high school football season. So maybe a kind of a cleansing of the palate for Kyle to have a really good junior year coming in here. Handoff. Bouncing to the outside, still on his feet. What a stiff arm, and being brought down all the way out of the 45-yard line. Eduardo Turnbull Jr., what a run. Bull, definitely a key word on that play.
And that's what you want to see as a running back. That was a little bit of Roger Craig-esque. When guys go at your midline, you keep those legs pumping, keep those knees high, and you're going to break a lot of tackles.
So Team White looking for the tying score as we dip towards 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Turnbull again with it, trying for the stiff arm this time. Nothing doing as he's brought down in the backfield. Darius McKendra, the defensive lineman out of Maryland, with a big play to stop him in his tracks.
Again, you see the penetration by the defensive line, and you know that's the key to stopping these spread offensive run plays, is getting that penetration, plugging up those holes, and a great job there by the defense on Team Blue.
Interior pressure kills the spread all the time.
That one's incomplete. Miscommunication. Two receivers in the same area. The throw by Jack Fisher into the game, and luckily that one wasn't intercepted because his two receivers just kind of stopped thinking the other one was going to get it. Now a flag in the backfield. And they'll say a hold, so that's going to be declined. And kind of surprised, guys, we haven't seen more holds in this game just because of the fact you've seen so many mobile quarterbacks, and once that havoc starts, you kind of start seeing guys grab a little bit.
Yeah, I think you see it a lot, especially in these these type of development games where people aren't really used to the quarterback behind them. When you got a dual threat guy, you really kind of get used to when he's going to take off, how long it's been as an offensive lineman. So, these are the kind of games that you do see a lot of penalties. But right now we've seen a lot of really good offensive line play, and that's leading to the low number of penalties.
Almost an interception there, just couldn't get the hands under it. Danny Lignelli, defensive back out of New Jersey. So now a 4th and 11. And it looks like Team White will be going for it. We've seen, actually, they're going to go ahead and punt it, so the punter was late getting out there. Again, it's going to be Bugenhagen doing all the kicking duties today. Takes the bouncing snap, and tail wagger punt. It's going to end up being stopped just outside the 25-yard line. So Team Blue will start from there, looking to add on to their lead. 7 points right now with 1:25 left to go in the third quarter.
I want to see if they can replicate the success they had on the last drive. Big play for a touchdown in the passing game. Let's see, for the running back's sake, can we get a breakaway run from one of these guys? But great offensive play so far, and we've noticed the big plays in the passing game have gone to the tight end. So maybe they found something, a mismatch right there that they can exploit.
Yeah, Kyle Bilodeau. He's a mismatch.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, it's funny. I know from his school, Woodbury Forest, their guy who was in front of him this year, John Curvin, headed to Virginia, and I believe they may have some interest in Bilodeau as well, but that same type of big body, but Bilodeau seems to have a little bit more athleticism. Anybody that can go 70 from the tight end spot is going to catch a lot of eyes. I'm pretty sure that's going to be highlighted on his highlight tape going out to schools. That's for sure. 1st and 10, they'll try to take it out to the 36-yard line for the first down. Demetrius Knight now into the game at quarterback. He loses the ball on the keeper, ends up jumping back on top of it, may lose about a half a yard.
You brought up something, Mike, that was interesting about the offensive line and mobile quarterbacks, and that's an issue to where you see a lot of times these guys that are mobile have a lot of sacks, but it's not necessarily on the offensive line, so to speak. It's mostly because they don't know where you are back there in the pocket.
Yeah, that happens a lot of times with the offensive line when you have a mobile guy back there. It really takes a lot of time for them to figure out, okay, it's been almost 3 seconds. He's either gone or the ball is gone. So, when you get into these developmental games where you haven't really played with that quarterback a lot, it is difficult sometimes, and that's where you do see a lot of sacks happen because the offensive line's thinking they're holding long enough, but you're still back there in the pocket.
Knight in the pistol. Sends a man across. Now he'll go back, looking for the screen. He's going to go deep again. This one is going to be incomplete. Was looking for the wide receiver, Trevor Sterry, but Sterry was double covered down the field. Nothing there.
That's tough for Palmer right there. You back there in the pocket. You're looking for someone to break free. The screen is not there. The receivers are covered downfield, and you just kind of wing one downfield to hopefully to make a play.
Yeah, it's one of those things as a young quarterback that you learn as you go, and as you develop that, on those screenplays, if it's not there, you get rid of the football. You don't try and force things. Screenplays are specifically designed to go to one person. So you never want to try and force things down the field because a lot of times your receivers aren't ready for it because the play's not designed for them.
So 3rd and 10. We'll see if they get this one off. Again, kind of slow. Referee already checking the time. There is no clock on the field today. This is kept by the ref. Knight, again in the pistol. 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Send a man in motion. Knight going to follow those 2 guys around. He'll cut it back. Almost lost the football. Then the pursuit gets to him as he had to kind of double cover it up and ends up being brought down after a gain of 4. And that should bring us to the end of the third quarter. As right now it winds down, and that will go ahead and do it. So Team Blue with the 14-7 lead on Team White after 3 here at the USA Developmental Games here in Towson.
The icon of the game. The icon of competition. The icon of athleticism. The icon of fandom. The icon of the future. The future of football is now.
Welcome back to the USA Football Developmental Games here at Taos University's Johnny Unitas Stadium. Team Blue, and with the 14-7 lead on Team White. As I want to correct myself, the guys in the booth again doing a good job. They're helping me up here. It was actually Eric Palmer in at quarterback for Team Blue. Of course, I was giving you the Team White quarterback, Demetrius Knight. Should have known, considering he had that huge run earlier in the game, it wasn't him. But hey, I called a game last night. Didn't get as much sleep as I would like. So hopefully we'll go ahead and make sure that's right the rest of the way out.
That's why we're teammates, man.
Definitely. So the punt, after they come up short on the first down, this one will be stopped right around the 30-yard line. So Team White will start from there, looking at 70 yards to go for the tying score in this contest. Plenty of time left, obviously, as and we still should have plenty of chances here, and we'll see exactly what we get from Team White as they're going to try and get something going. Really, that's the thing. Team Blue has had a few good drives. Team White really hasn't. It's been that one big play and some mixed results after that.
Yeah, the offense has kind of sputtered for Team White throughout the course of the day. Demetrius Knight has really been the only quarterback to kind of get a rhythm going and get something going for Team White's offense. And now we actually see him back on the field, quarterback in the White offense. So we'll see if he can get another rhythm going and lead his team down.
This is actually Demetrius Knight, as Mike told you, and he'll hand this one off. And it'll be a gain of around 6 on the play, taking it out to about the 36-yard line, and a player is down. We'll see who that is. Runner on the play was Isaiah Collins, the running back out of Massachusetts.
And we've seen him go east and west a lot in this game. I think now is the time in the fourth quarter. The heat's kicking up. Okay, let's go downhill on these guys. Let's see if we can fire off the football, get some inside runs, and perhaps start attacking with that short to intermediate passing game over the middle of the field. I know we talked about that at halftime, that there are some opportunities out there for these guys to get some big plays in the passing game.
Yeah, this is the part of the game where you slowly start to see the defenses start to wear down, especially against these spread offenses. They're out there for so many plays at a time that, with this heat, especially being on turf with how hot things are, this is where you start to see the defensive line start to slow down a little bit, and that's where you start to see the big plays happen.
Good job. 2 guys making a play in space once again. Again, perimeter defense has been excellent. I think this could be clinic tape for high school teams across the country as far as how to make plays, and some colleges for that matter, how to make plays in space on a consistent basis. I mean, it's just been impressive.
It really has been excellent, and that goes back to our point earlier where, the coaching that these guys have gotten throughout the course of the week, keeping their lanes, keeping contained, and really, form tackling extremely well. So it's been very impressive so far today.
They've done a great job, man.
Jordan Griffin, the injured linebacker for Team Blue. So a 2nd and 5, we'll call it. Need to take it out to the 39-yard line for the first down. Knight sends a man in motion, gives himself a lead blocker, ends up going to hand it off, and a little bit of space to the outside, still on his feet and moving for first down yardage is the running back Isaiah Collins. Again, Collins showing some size, but this one's going to come back on a hold.
Hate to see that happen for him because that was a good display of footwork right there, making the guy miss and then bouncing off another tackle to get a big gain. But, again, penalties will shoot you in the foot.
Don't know for sure. It might have been on Michael Herrera as he kind of pounded the turf. He was out there.
Right there on the replay. Good job giving the defender the dead leg and making him miss in space. He's still grabbing for air right there. But again, look who forced that play. That was the linebacker once again. Giaclone making another play. He's been involved on a lot of these plays right now.
Yeah, Giaclone's been all around the field throughout the course of the day.
2nd and 15 as Knight rolls out. Now he's going to try and keep it. Stays on his feet. Hit and brought down. Nice form tackle there. He'll struggle forward. Gain of 5 on the play. Looked like it would have been a lot more, but that defense again showing off some good form on their end.
There's Giaclone once again right there making a play.
So 3rd, we'll call it 10. Sticks right there. Need to take it out to the 39 for the first down. Collins next to Knight in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers. Knight keeping the play alive like he's done all day long. spins, spun down as try to get to the outside, and coming up from the DB spot, Shakir McPherson, DB out of New York, makes another good tackle in open space and stops Team White short of the sticks.
Yeah, I don't know how many times me and Emory have mentioned this, but again, another great form tackle. You know, Knight had a lot of space had he gotten past him, but he broke down, squared himself up, and another great tackle by the perimeter.
Now, on these broken field plays, Mike, what would you want your receivers to do? You want these guys to work back or work deep?
Well, it really depends on where you are on the field. If they're close to you, you want them to work back. The guys further away, you want to work deep. So that's something that as you go through college and as you go through high school, you know, those are drills that you do as an offensive unit. It's basically just called a scramble drill, where as you're rolling out, you pick a way to go, and your guys have to find their spots.
We saw the scramble right there. That was going to be an all run the whole time as Knight, looking for first down yardage on fourth down, kept it and gets a nice gain all the way out to the 50-yard line, keeps this drive alive.
See, 11-on-11 game right there. You can't account for the guy holding a football at the quarterback spot that's able to run.
Handoff off right tackle, space and room to maneuver, cut down after a 7-yard gain. Running back Justin Prim that time. That was Eduardo Turnbull on the carry, brought down by Danny Lignelli, DB out of New Jersey. Gain of 7. Again, Turnbull bulls over a man to get first down yardage just across the sticks, 2 yards past, in fact, for a gain of 5.
I like the pace that they're playing with. They're picking up the tempo, and you see the running back start to pay off by getting into that groove, and they're making some big plays.
So another 1st and 10. Knight, design carry as he gets to the outside, and he'll be brought down across the 25-yard line, so a gain of 13 on the play. And right now, as you said, Emory, that pace is just going. It's almost like a press in football and basketball. You see Team Blue just kind of on their heels.
Yeah, right now you're starting to see the full no-huddle spread offense, and Demetrius Knight is doing a great job at quarterback, commanding his guys and leading his guys down the field in a fast-paced environment.
Now fumble, botched handoff. Who comes up with the ball? Team Blue saying they have it, still unpiling them. They'll say Team White jumps on top of it. A huge play there to get that ball back. Such good pace, and looks like maybe there they started going a little too fast.
Yeah, almost a disaster there for the offense. Like you just said, it looked like they almost got that play off a little bit too quickly. So maybe now at this point it's time to slow down. You're getting down into that red zone area. Slow down. Start making sure everybody's on the same page, and you don't want a turnover here down into the red zone.
Team White taking the timeout, slowing things down a little bit. 8:21 left to go. 14-7 is our score. Team Blue is on top. Team White looking to get a tie here. Let's go ahead and get it to break. Come back after this. USA Developmental Games here in Towson. Welcome back to Towson University's Johnny Unitas Stadium. Home of this round of USA Football's developmental games. Jeremy Huber, Emory Hunt, Michael Nieberg with you as the White team looking to tie the score as they've got a drive going. Almost disaster as a fumble on a handoff. We've seen that a few times today, but Team White able to get on top of it and looking to continue their drive that may tie the game up.
It was a great timeout by Team White's coaching staff there. You had that little blunder, almost lost the football. You were really getting a rhythm going, and now at this point you realize how important this drive is getting down late into the game. So really good timeout by the coaching staff there for Team White.
Isaiah Collins next to Knight, swing pass out in the flat. That'll be caught. Flag goes down, so maybe an offsides on the blue team. We'll wait to see what it is, as it will be the indication from the side judge it is an encroachment. So that's going to give them 5 yards, and they'll replay second down.
You don't want to go the opposite way, if you're on the offensive side of the ball, but you also want to make sure you're executing flawlessly once you get inside the 20.
Christian Dremel made that catch. Now 2nd and 7. Handoff. up the middle, and again, the blue team defense stood up, but a great job to keep the play alive and get first down yardage. What a run by Isaiah Collins.
Yeah, good job right there by Collins, breaking tackles, keeping his legs moving. A lot of times when you're, as a runner, you're getting a bunch of guys around you. You tend to stop your feet and hopefully just to lift the play another down. But he kept his feet pumping, kept it moving, and was able to break that tackle and get down inside the 10-yard line.
And initially, it was a great job by the defense coming up, wrapping up, but the problem was he wrapped up a little bit too high. And when you have big, strong running backs, when you get high on them, you're not going to be able to bring them down without some help.
Collins, one of those, 1st and goal. He'll get the ball again, pushes the pile forward down to the 5-yard line, give him a gain of 3 on the play.
This is like boxing, man. The first half we saw a lot of dancing around the ring, and now we're starting to see a lot of power punches, and they're hammering inside down at A and B gap with this running game.
2nd and goal from the 5. White team looking for the tying touchdown. Knight, quick little jump pass out in the flat. That's going to be in for the score. Team White on the verge of tying it up as Christopher Atkinson makes the catch. The tight end out of Virginia then bulls his way in the end zone to score the touchdown.
Tight ends are eating today, aren't they?
They're doing a great job today. I'll tell you what, the tight ends are really showing off their skills today. And, in today's day and age, these spread offenses, these are the kind of tight ends that you want on your team. So a great job by them. A lot of props to them for really coming out and playing well so far.
So now a little change up here as Team White's going to go for 2. 7-11 left to go in the 4th quarter. Going to try and take the lead as they trail by 1 currently. Knight keeps it, trying to get to the outside, breaks 1 tackle, can't break the 2nd. He'll be brought down short of the end zone. And Team White will leave a point on the board and still trail by that 1 single solitary tally.
Giacalone is once again making himself known in this ball game. Great play right there to slow down that run. They had those guys outnumbered on this side anyway, but Giacalone was able to make the individual play needed to get everybody to rally up and make the tackle and keep them out of the end zone.
And it's not always about on defense being the one that makes the tackle, but like you just said, he was the one that slowed down Demetrius Knight. Had he not gotten in there, had he not gotten his hands on him, Demetrius Knight was going to walk into the end zone. So great job by Giacalone, just disrupting the play and letting his guys rally around him.
So we'll see how Team Blue attacks this with a 1-point lead, 7-11 to go. Will they look for the big play? Will they look to go ahead and take some time off the clock? Interesting to see how Tyree Spinner approaches this, head coach of Team Blue out of Avalon High School in the Washington, D.C. area. Handoff up the middle, nothing there. Actually, now there is something there, eventually getting through the hole and making a positive gain after what looked like was going to be no gain. Justin Prim with the carry for a nice gain of 5.
Yeah, good job initially by that defensive line on a white team, but Prim kept his legs moving and was able to break the tackle.
Just going back to that last drive, too, we mentioned before the drive started that Demetrius Knight was the guy that came in and sparked that offense. He just led his 2nd touchdown drive of the game. Mason Tatum back in at quarterback for the blue team, who led that initial drive in the beginning of the game for the blue team. So I'm excited to see what he can do and if he can take his team back down the field and score.
Tatum, quarterback keeper, trying to get to the outside, just picking his way through and a lunge forward for the gain of 1. Getting something off of that play. It'll set up a 3rd and about 3.
It's a big 3rd and 3 right here. If they can get off the field, it puts probably Knight back on the field. You see coaches, like you mentioned, are going to their go-to guys that have had success moving the football. And in this situation, you want that defensive pressure, that defensive penetration to get off these blocks and make a play to get off the field.
Yeah, at this point in the game, you want your best guys on the field. I understand as, coming from a developmental game standpoint, you want to get as many guys in and you want to get them as much playing time as possible. But from a competitor standpoint, now you want to win the game. You got 5 minutes left in the game. Now you want to win. So I would fully expect if they can get off the field here for the Demetrius Knight to be back in the game at quarterback.
Tatum switches up his wide receivers, has 4 wides, technically 3 wides and a tight end. Bilodeau's out there, has had the big game already. A little jet sweep shovel pass. That's going to come up just short of the sticks. As a good job by Team White getting penetration and making the wide receiver pick his way through. Trey Green with the carry, and not a lot of room for him to run on that play.
Really like how the defensive line and the linebackers on both sides are not really surprised by motion. They don't get fooled. They don't get out of position. They stay gap sound, and they make these plays at or behind the line of scrimmage. This has just been a great display of technique from both defenses, both from a pursuit angle and also from a disengaging perspective.
Looked like Jaron Driver got in there on that play. A few other teammates helped him out. So 4th and 1, they'll run it out of the shotgun here, pistol formation. Running back moves. Green goes in motion. Keeper up the middle. Big collision, but they're going to say gets across. Actually, now they're going to say a fumble, and it's going to be the ball for the white team.
That's a heck of a play right there, because initially, had he not fumbled the football, he would have been stopped for no gain on that play anyway. But great job forcing the turnover, big play in a big situation, and this is what you want to see how these guys respond to.
We mentioned earlier that Tatum's not a guy who's afraid to put his shoulder down, but unfortunately for him there, he ran into 2 or 3 guys when he put his shoulder down. So a great job by the defense there, really stoning him at the line of scrimmage.
So big defensive stand by Team White. He could go down and win it with a field goal. 4:24 left to go, as the Team White trails by 1. New quarterback in. Turnbull off right tackle. Big gain inside the 30. Flag goes down. We'll have to see what that is, but he takes it all the way inside the 20-yard line. Would be a gain of over 20, but looks like that's going to go against Team White on the open field block.
Yeah, too good of a block right there to spring him, but you got to like Turnbull being able to make something happen. And the one thing you don't want to see, he's running wild, he's running good, he's running strong, swinging that football out there like that. And again, you don't want to tell a guy how to run, but you want to make sure you protect that football. But good job right there making things happen. They're getting the running game going. Now we're starting to see Team Blue not be able to stop the run as much. The one guy out there, Giaclone, is making plays, but even his speed isn't enough to disrupt plays right now, because they're just getting hammered up front.
So after the penalty is assessed, it'll now be a 1st and 6. Turnbull bouncing to the outside once again. He's had success, has it again here. He's going to have first down yardage again inside the 20, so pretty much close to the same play, at least results-wise, just the other way.
And I think you're seeing a byproduct of that last drive for Team White, how fast they went, how long they were out there. The blue team just came out and had a 3-and-out on offense. They did not give their defense a lot of time to rest. It is getting hotter and hotter out there, and these guys, you can tell, are tired because they're starting to really run the football and run it effectively.
And that momentum is picking up like you talked about earlier in the game. These guys now are believing that they can go down and make something happen. So that excitement, that anticipation, that motivation now to make a play seems like it has spread throughout the white team.
Christian Dremel left the game due to injury. Turnbull again bounces it. This time he'll get a gain of around 2 or 3 on the play. Nothing was there in the inside. Tried to bounce the outside, and then finally that pursuit got there.
Now, even though they made the switch to Justin Allen in the game at quarterback, he's still a guy that you have to worry about running the football, Mike.
Yeah, Justin Allen, again, he's another dual-threat guy. Not as explosive as Demetrius Knight, but a very good runner on his own. So, it's definitely something that you have to pay attention to from the defensive standpoint.
Isaiah Collins now into the game at the running back spot alongside Justin Allen, the quarterback out of Virginia. Shotgun formation, got some tight ends in the game now. Clock dipping under 3 minutes to go in regulation. White team down by 1, but in a good position to score. Spinning forward and getting a nice gain on that play, Isaiah Collins.
I like what these running backs are doing right now. Both guys are playing well off each other. They see one guy do something great, they want to go out there and do something great, and that's how you have an outstanding tandem.
And I think what you're seeing more of now throughout the course of the game is early on they were trying to go east and west. Mm-hmm. They've now figured out that these guys are just as fast as them, and they need to go north and south. And, they're really lowering their shoulder and running physically now.
And you have to give props to the offensive line, getting those blocks excellent blocking right there up front. Got to give props to those guys up front doing their jobs.
3rd and 2. Allen looked like he was going to throw, then run. Then he gets swarmed under by about 3 defenders, maybe even 4 back there for Team Blue. And Team White with a tough play there as a timeout's going to be taken by Team White as that play, something looked amiss, and Team Blue took advantage of it.
That was an absolutely huge defensive play by Team Blue. Almost, I would think, put them out of field goal range. And now it comes up where you have a long 4th down that you have to convert. 2 minutes to go, you're not going to get the football back. So right now, that was a huge play by the Blue defense.
And you don't want to take a loss in that situation, but unfortunately he had nowhere to go. He couldn't get himself out that problem, but that's just a great job, like you mentioned, defensive pursuit, defensive pressure, getting off those blocks and making a play. Making this decision now tough. Now you want to see, will they go with a pass or will they try to do something unique to get a big play just to extend the drive? Because right now we're getting close under 2 minutes. They have to do something to make something happen.
Yeah, unfortunately for Justin Allen there, the design of the play didn't allow him to get rid of the football, which is what you want in a situation like that. You're getting close. You never want to lose yardage in the red zone. But unfortunately for him, that design just didn't allow him enough time to get rid of the football.
So they'll be looking at a 4th, we'll call it 13 here. You need to take it inside the 10, pretty much down to the 9 for a 1st down to keep the drive alive. Again, 2:07 to go. Believe 2 timeouts left for Team White. So they could get the ball back, but obviously better chance for them to get this 1st down and kick the field goal or score a touchdown. Allen, your quarterback. Running back is Collins. Gets the high snap, rolls out, trying to buy some time. Allen has to throw it. Heaves it up towards the end zone. This one is going to be bounced around. They'll say it hits the turf. And Team Blue able to go ahead and make the defensive stand. Allen had to throw it up for grabs and came up bust.
It ran what looks like to be a smash concept. Outside receiver ran a curl. Inside receiver ran the flag route. And right there, I believe Allen had an opportunity to throw the football to him because he was running away from the defender, but waited too long. Now you double covered. Now you have turnover on downs.
Yeah, I think what hurt Allen on that play was as the rollout happened, he got too much speed running the ball. And as a quarterback, those young guys, they just want to get to the edge as fast as they can, but that's what hurts you when you're trying to throw the ball down the field is you want to almost cruise out towards the edge, and once you get out there, that's when you're able to turn your shoulders and set your feet and throw the football. Unfortunately for him, he just had too much speed and couldn't do it.
You're your own worst enemy on that one because you're shrinking the field for yourself. We don't really have to. It wasn't really getting that much pressure coming from the backside, so you're right. He had a chance to slow down, set up, and find a guy to at least convert the 1st down.
Colton Nicholas into the game as the Blue team quarterback. We'll see where the Blue team goes. You'd have to think they would like to keep it on the ground and run some clock and grind it down. Lunging forward for a 2-yard gain is Jaden Gonzalez, the running back out of Florida.
Mission number 1, protect the football, force Team White to utilize their timeouts, get off the field, and end the game.
Team White will not use a timeout here.
Yeah, and Emory, I know you were a running back when you were playing football, so in situations like this, every single guy on that field is telling you 2 hands on the football, 2 hands on the football. Don't try and do too much. Don't try and get those extra yards. So, you really have to you have to play it safe here on offense.
Don't be a hero. Just get down, man. Don't try to break extra tackles. You have the lead, the advantage.
Again, handoff up the middle, and again it's going to be Gonzalez, and he gets a minimal gain there. So timeouts could be called by Team White. It'll bring up an interesting situation for the Blue team facing a 3rd and long. Obviously, if you get the 1st down, game's over. But if you don't, you give the ball back to the White team. There it is. As Gonzalez taken down there for the minimal gain, some defensive pressure getting in the backfield. And we'll see now exactly what they go with. And I guess we'll start with you, Mike, if you what would you be looking to do right here?
Well, if you're the offense, you have to run the football. You just can't risk an incompletion in this situation. They have no timeouts left. If you run the football and you don't get the first down, you're still taking time off the clock. You punt it away and hope your defense can hold for 1 or 2 plays. If they punt it away, they're going to have maybe 20 seconds left, maybe time for 2 plays. But at that point, they have to go 50 yards, and you have a much better chance at winning the game running the football than you do risking an incompletion.
Yeah, I wouldn't even try to put the ball at risk by turning and handing it off. I may call a quarterback sweep in this one and just kind of get the guy that's used to carrying the football every play an opportunity to end this game.
Colton Nicholas does exactly what you guys said, just takes it straight up the middle, holds the ball with 2 hands, and he'll be brought down after a 3-yard gain. Whistles blow, and they'll go ahead and reset the ball.
And that was textbook right there by Nicholas. He got into the line, and he had 2 hands on the football. He wasn't trying to do too much. Basically, once he took that first contact, that was it. 2 hands were on the football, and it was all about holding on to it and just letting the time run off the clock.
So it looks like they will run this clock down as far as they can and then take the time out. Referee checking the clock. He's awaiting. Coach Spinner over on the sidelines. He's looking at the clock as well, seeing exactly how much he can take down. And he will go ahead and take the time out. So 8 seconds left to go. Probably see a punt here, then one last play for the white team, and then we'll see exactly how that one goes. St. Vincent Sports Performance is proud to support the U.S. national team and provide our athletes with world-class sports medicine care. St. Vincent Sports Performance staff are expert nutritionists, certified athletic trainers, and sports medicine doctors. Based in Indianapolis, St. Vincent Sports Performance professionals travel across the United States and the world to give U.S. national team members the highest level of sports medicine care. Learn more about St. Vincent's Sports Performance at definingsportsperformance.com. So again, little different rules here. If you haven't been with us, the punts are not live. So your punter go ahead and take his time, kick it away, and basically your guys that go back to return it are just trying their best to keep the ball from bouncing and catch it on the fly.
Yeah, this is important because if you're the white team, you want to stop this punt. You don't want it to roll. You want to stop it right where it lands so you give yourself more of an advantage trying to get points.
Punts are also, the clock does not run. So white team will come up and field it just short of their own 50-yard line. So actually they did run the clock on that one. So they ran it down, which is interesting considering there's no rush. But they ran it down to 1 second. So, looks like one play, barring a penalty, maybe an untimed down after that. But Team White has their shot. We'll start with the quarterback. What are you doing here, Mike?
Well, if you're Demetrius Knight, you just want to buy yourself as much time as possible to allow your receivers to get into the end zone or as close to it as possible. And then basically you just want to set your feet and heave it up as far as you can and hope your receivers come down with a great play.
Big Ben formation, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Knight is the quarterback. 4-man rush. Knight trying to keep the play alive. He's going to throw it, and it is going to be incomplete. Had a receiver down at the 15-yard line. Don't know if he would have got into the end zone, but our game has come to a close, and a pretty exciting one as Team Blue holds on to beat Team White 14-13. The 2-point conversion stand for the blue team ends up being really the play of the game as they get the stop they need, and they are able to get the win for their head coach, Tyree Spinner, in a pretty exciting game today.
Yeah, you have to give credit to both teams coming out here, playing an early game, 9 o'clock. No, we never had a game that was that early. So coming out playing early, being excellent on defense, both sides, and able to get that stop to make the game 14-13.
Yeah, I thought it was a great job by the defense, really. And we mentioned at the beginning of the game that defenses usually are the ones that have the advantage in these developmental type of games. But I thought that the offensive had a couple of really nice drives. Mason Tatum for the blue team came in. He had a couple of really nice drives. And for the white team, although they lost that game, Demetrius Knight is an explosive quarterback, an explosive dual threat guy that if he isn't getting college offers now, he is definitely going to be in the future.
Yeah, really showed out well. The other guy that had to be pretty impressive to folks watching, Kyle Bilodeau, had the long pass catch that set up a touchdown and then had that 70-yarder showing off some speed at the end.
I mean, if you're Towson, they're playing in your stadium, you probably want to keep a close eye on Bilodeau and what he's bringing to the table. But both tight ends played well. And you have to give credit to, like you said, the quarterback play was excellent. We saw a lot of dual threat guys, and Giaclone, Nicholas Giaclone, the linebacker, I thought did a great job showing speed and athleticism, getting to different spots defensively.
So interesting to see, and seeing some very good talent. We've got 2 more games coming up. Make sure you stay tuned. But for this one, it is done. The blue team beats the white team 14-3 at our first game at the USA Football Developmental Games.